Gun Freak Nation. Gun Freak Nation. What's up with my what's good with the Gun Freak Nation, y'all? Yo, what up, though, Wano? You out there being safe? Look, I gotta stop being in the habit of leaning into this motherfucker, because I could be all the way back there and it's still gonna pick it up, but I don't know. Gun Freak Nation. To my fellow gun freakers, I'm not trying to sound like no broken record, but y'all here for a reason, right? You know what I'm saying? I ain't in one of my silly, I swear I'm not in one of my silly moods. But if I am, fuck it. Fuck it. But what I'm trying to say, we got some rough days ahead. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy out there. What up, though, Juan? Yes. Thank you, brother. Thank you. That, my brother, is the mindset that I need everybody to have. You know, I started on this path somewhat like back in 2017. You know, I had bought me a Glock 19. You know, it was a beat making. You know, my shit was a beat. I'm still a producer. You know what I'm saying? Somebody hit me up, so I had to remove that video that gun. You know, if y'all was trying to watch it again, I had to take it down because somebody they expressed interest in one of the beats, and we talking about some exclusive shit. So I had to take that shit down. I had to pull it down. You know, album still dropping, but what I'm getting back to, what I'm trying to say is, I started this journey, this path, all the way back in 2017 when I only had, shit, I might have had like 40 subscribers, 40. Might have been less than that. God blessed me with over 20,000 subscribers. It's a miracle. It's a blessing. You feel me? But I have something to say, and that is, what up, dog? We got some rough days ahead of us. I feel like the country is so divided, whether it's by race, whether it's by class, whether it's by ignorance, whether it's by, you know, just political differences. Never ever have I seen the country so divided. And now, you know, the government is shut down. A lot of people, guess what? A lot of people that's on assistance, and no judgment for those who are. A lot of people is going to be desperate if they don't get those SNAP benefits, those food stamps. Everybody, I'm hearing everybody talk about Glock and all that and shit. Glock is some fucking billionaires. They rich. Glock, I love. Don't get me wrong. Everybody know I love me some Glocks. Those are the only handguns that I ever owned until Palmetto State Army, and they don't pay me, they don't sponsor me. But when they came out with that dagger, which is basically a Glock clone, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I don't pay like damn near 600. That Glock 20 cost me $640, right? Why come Palmetto State Army is cloning them and making them better, in my opinion? Look wise, they function the same. Why pay, you know, an extra $200 for a gun that, in my opinion, is inferior to the fucking clone? So yes, they need to stop doing it. My opinion on the Glock, they put out the same gun over and over and over again since 1986. They might add a little something to it, but basically it's the same fucking gun. And the real reason why they discontinued, because they tired of the lawsuits of people suing them, because it's so easy to modify it and throw that switch on there. That's the only reason. So they're coming out with a V model now. Well, hopefully the V model will have everything that the dagger has, because I love my fucking dagger, my PSA dagger, and I paid a fraction of the cost that I paid a fraction of the price that a Glock costs. But getting back, it ain't about Glock. It's about going back to the roots of this channel, and how I never in a million years, y'all, would have thought that my channel, me, my cussing ass, off the top, I might say pussy hair. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that it was the spark of so many different other channels came up off of my channel. And that's not me trying to take credit. That's me telling me that the other people that got their channels, they were inspired by what I did. When I got my shit popping back in 2017, YouTube, the gun community, or the gun tubers, man, back in 2017, the biggest black gun tuber, and I gotta give it to her, was 32 Icon. The woman that used to be in her kitchen all the time, and she be dancing. I used to love that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I comment on her videos and shit, and she'd comment back on mine and shit. You know what I'm saying? She'd be like, thank you, man. And I miss her, because I used to watch her shit. She never did, come to my shit, because, she's a lady. And I'm saying, I could be vulgar than a motherfucker. I'm gonna be myself, man. You know what I'm saying? I like to have fun. This is my world. You feel me? But back then, 32 Icon had like 60,000 subscribers. I'm like, man, that shit, to me, that shit still is popping. You know what I'm saying? But I came around the time, I didn't hardly see no other YouTuber like GunTube or 2A channels, especially black. It was mainly white channels, which is nothing wrong with it, man. And I remember watching a channel back in, as far back as 2016. I think it was called Big Guns, Big Things and Big Guns, and it was something. I remember watching him, and I remember this dude was like, black dude, cool as hell. He don't really post videos like that no more. That was my inspiration. And then watching him, I came across Johnny Snow. I came across Big L Gun Fun, but nobody was doing it like that, how I did it. And it's like I started, putting out my videos. I remember I started gathering up guns and shit for a collection. And I remember in one of my gun collection videos, I was straight up. I said, if a savage break in your house, I said blow they motherfucking brains out. Niggas went crazy over that. And that right there, by me saying that in the middle of my home, and a gun collection video, it turned into um it turned into home invasion videos, and that shit it just, hold on, y'all, this light really freaking me out. I know it's Halloween time, but god damn, uh that's what led to where I'm at right now, man. And a lot of people, you know a lot of people pretty much agreed with me, you feel me? A lot of people agreed with me, and this is why I say that you got to be armed, man. We facing some dark days, some rough times. A lot of people depend on them food stamps to be able to, eat. Fuck the ones that just taking it and they taking advantage of the system, crackheads or whatever. They selling their stamps. The kids is going hungry because of their addiction. That's a fucked up situation, and they need to be dealt with. But it's legitimate people out there that really do need these stamps. And the government, you got the Democrats and you got the Republicans. They playing fucking games. They acting like little children, finger pointing, blaming each other. But in the meantime, people, livelihood is at stake. And everybody know that a hungry man or a hungry woman is a desperate man, is a desperate woman. And when you are desperate, desperate people do desperate things. Crime is already up high. But if they don't get them stamps, if the stamps is not allocated and they don't get it, mark my words, crime is about to skyrocket. Okay? I already saying online with people's like, shit, if I don't get my stamps, man, I'm still going, I'm still go and do my, I'm still going grocery shopping. I just won't be paying for it with my food stamps, but I'm still going grocery shopping. That only means one thing. I can't. What up, though? What up? What up? I appreciate you, brother, for being, the moderator that you are. When my shit got shut down 3 years ago, it was October, I didn't have my shit. What Up was right in the trenches with me, right on the front lines, fighting for me to get our channel back, because a lot of people believe in me. A lot of people believe in my message. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no perfect individual. You know what I'm saying? I don't say a lot of shit that's done pissed a lot of people off and shit. You know what I'm saying? And do I have any apologies for that? Not really. I don't. Because if you really fuck with me, and if you really know me, then you're going to know my heart and know whatever the fuck I say is coming from a place of love. So this channel ain't meant for everybody. It ain't built. Everybody ain't built for this channel. I got trolls that I call confused fans. Motherfuckers that dislike me, hate me, but they can't get enough of me. I just don't understand why a motherfucker will tune in to a nigga that they can't stand or that they don't like. Make that shit make sense. You know what I'm saying? But, thanks to my moderators and shit, like, what up? We get them funky motherfuckers up out of here, man. We ain't got time for the shit. I'm not gonna go back and forth for you with no funky ass troll. Get a motherfucking life. You dig? And for all of the people, you know what? It ain't even worth me wasting your time and my time. Bitches, be gone. Poof. Get your funky asses out of here. What I need y'all to focus on It was what's going on in the world right now. And I'm telling you, crime, damn, I kind of like the beard right there. But I'm telling you that crime is about to skyrocket. All right? It's about to skyrocket. Shit is about to get bad. If you thought things was already bad, shit is about to get bad. And everybody is for themselves, man. I don't even know where to begin on this one. But you keep your loved ones close and keep them funky town senders even closer. And when that savage try to come for you, try to break in your house, or I'm not advocating being no vigilante. I'm not advocating going out there being for bad or nothing. I want you to stay the righteous person that you are. Okay? Stay that righteous person that you are. And hold on, y'all. I guess my light finally done went out on this bitch or something, cause this motherfucker, it ain't. You know what? Hold on, y'all. Cause I'm tired of dealing with this bitch. So I'm gonna turn my other light on. Turn it down a little bit. All I'm saying is, man, is y'all do what y'all gotta do at the end of the day to do what you gotta do in the end of the day to survive this shit. What's about to happen. You feel me? You gotta do what you got to do. Have that gun on you. You know, um, you could be in your house right now, and savages may run up in there and try to unalive you. The horrible things that they do to people. Home invasions is not. It's no longer about. It's no longer about somebody breaking in your crib and tying you up and just taking your shit and then dipping. Nah, that ain't it. It ain't it no more. They want to dip into your ass. Literally, these funky savages want to come in and violate you and your family, your woman, even you, on all levels. Okay? I don't sugarcoat shit. Ain't nothing cool about another man or men or savages coming in and sodomizing you. You think I'm making this shit up? All right. Keep on thinking that. Keep thinking that nothing can ever happen to you. Protect. Let's go back to the basics. Let's go back to the roots of this channel, the very core. The only way you're going to stop a savage, the devil, is that you match his energy, but out savage his ass. Okay? Because them motherfuckers, they all about death and destruction. All right? God want us to have that sword. In today's modern world, that sword is our gun. That's the only way. Ain't no police, none of that is going to save you at the end of the day. Being prepared and being ready. No, if you, I pray for you. For those that may not be getting their stamps next month, don't give up, man. And don't do your best not to stoop to that level stoop to that level to the point to where you are on the verge of doing something to somebody. Okay? I can never be mad at you if you walk into a Walmart or some grocery store and you hungry and you done did everything you can to get some money and you ain't got no money and you got a family. You got to do, or sister, you got to do what you got to do to survive. Okay? I'm not advocating or condoning it, but you got to do what you got to do. Just don't harm nobody. Don't go out there and stick up somebody, rob somebody, hurt somebody. All right? Man, I'm like my parents. I feed I got a million fucking cats that I take in and feed because I don't like seeing them on the streets or whatever. So every time when somebody panhandling, I give them what I can afford to give them. Cause that's all I do is try to help people. And I know it's not much. I'm not no fucking millionaire or anything like that. But my heart, I just hate seeing people down on their luck and in need. Like the other day, and I'm not saying this just to brag about it or whatever, but sometimes you got to put it out there to inspire other people to want to help too. I know a lot of people are like, well, why you got to say it and all that? I get it. I'm not doing it for no views or to look good or nothing like that. But if you don't set an example, then I saw a woman the other week, homeless, I assume, but she was eating out of a fucking trash can, okay, in front of a liquor store. And that shit broke my heart, man. Looking in there and drinking, juice like an Arizona. It was a can of Arizona that somebody threw in and it still had juice in it. She reaching in and she drinking that shit. She's eating hot Cheetos that somebody threw in there. So I got out my car, man, and I asked her, "How you doing? Is there anything I can help you with?" I don't know this lady's history, but I reached in my wallet and gave her what I can afford to give her. And then I always keep a bunch of change in my car. Like it could be like $50 worth of quarters, nickels and dimes, coins. I gave her handfuls of that shit, man, and I gave her some money. You dig? I do whatever I can to help people, cause she wasn't out there doing no crime that I know of. She was out there just trying to survive. People are out here trying to survive, and you got these two political parties, like just the country. Listen, they at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck about us. They don't. They don't give a fuck about us. We got to come back to how the way God wanted us to be. We all brothers and sisters in Christ. But the world is so corrupt right now, man. The world is so full of fucked up people. The world is full of people that envy you, that's jealous of you, that act like your friend, but they really hating on you and preying on your downfall. People are watching you and hoping that you do not succeed. And to me, that's a sickness. That's an evil. This is why I don't fuck with a lot of people. This is why I no longer reply to, texts or emails and shit, because I know deep down God is showing me your true colors. And I give people second chances and sometimes even third chances. But once I see it for what it is, your true colors and what you about, and people want to, when you on top, people want to be all around you, and when they sense that they don't fuck with you no more, those are the fake motherfuckers. That's one thing. If you ever decide to do a YouTube channel, I'm gonna warn y'all right now. It's gonna be a bunch of fake ass motherfuckers that smile in your face, but behind your back, they're going to talk about you and they secretly wishing on your downfall. And that's the truth right there. And once when you find out what they really represent and what they are, they could talk a good ass motherfucking game. But nah, don't fall for that shit. They're not for you. They're not for you. They don't rock with you. They going along for the ride, trying to come up off of your name. So, I ain't gonna go too deep. You know what I'm saying? But beware of the motherfuckers that will attach themselves to you, use you, try to come up off of you, and that's life in general. You feel me? Fuck them and give a fuck about your life to the point to where you want to be able to defend your life. Yeah, energy vampires. That's what they are. Thank you. You hit it right on the nail. And I've learned that the hard way. I've learned that shit, man. I've met a lot of motherfuckers that was weird, creepy, but I don't judge anybody. You know what I'm saying? I've been so nice and trusting that I've given my phone number, my personal phone number, my personal address, which I will never ever do that again. People will say, "Oh, I'm gonna send you something and all that, blah blah blah." You never get it, and then say, I mean, let me. People are fucking vultures. And this is why I stay to myself, I stay in my lane, and I stay the fuck off the way. But I hate to see people get, taken advantage of, man. It's a video that I wanna play for y'all. And you got proof. Let me see, can I find this video, man? I was just looking at it the other day. Hey, Roberta McCoy giving faith and stand. Roberta McCoy. Listen, y'all. For my people that go to church, that's working hard for their money. Some of y'all might even be struggling. I got nothing but love for y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I might piss y'all off, but stop putting y'all faith in these so-called preachers, man. Especially these big ass mega churches and shit. That shit ain't even in the Bible. You feel me? You got preachers living like fucking rock stars, movie stars, and that ain't got shit to do with God. Remember that. But you got people that's been brainwashed, where they will give that preacher their very last penny. Okay? Instead of the preacher preaching that you go out there and get armed against the devil, against these savages, because a lot of people that should be here right now in the land of the living is no longer here because they wasn't properly prepared to deal with the devil that came their way. No, we got this preacher right here in my city, in the city of Detroit. That's a reigning. Y'all heard of the reignings, right? I know y'all don't heard this shit. This man had the gall to chastise a woman because she only donated $1,200 when he was asking for $2,000. Lord have mercy. And you wonder why the world is so fucked up now. I got to play this fucking video, man. Y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. Let me play this video right quick. I'm gonna play this video, man. Y'all got to see this shit. Giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. Receiving the blessings to come to all that let me. That's only $1,200. Did y'all hear that shit? Hold on. I forgot to do something right quick. My bad, y'all. I want y'all to hear this shit. I want you to hear it. Let me plug up my podcaster machine. I forgot to do that. I was charging my iPad up. All right, y'all should be able to hear me good and motherfucking clear. Y'all should be able to hear me good now. Am I getting audio, y'all? Can somebody do an audio check for me? Can y'all hear me good? Nice and good now? Because I got it plugged into my iPad now. I want y'all to hear this shit. Pretty much so. Pretty much. Yes. Thank you. I want y'all to see this shit right here. Roberta McCoy giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participate. Now that's only $1,200. Yes. Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800. Well, that ain't what I asked you to do. Hey, Roberta McCoy, do you see it? This nigga asked for $2,000. She only had 12. She was like, well, I'm going to work on the other 800. He was like, that ain't what I asked you to do. I asked for $2,000, man. Come on. Is that Jesus like? Is that God like? See, oh my God. It's like everything in this world has been polluted. Even the Bible. Even these pastors, man. No, that woman, that's probably all the money that woman had to spare. And this ungrateful bastard had the gall to really embarrass her in that church. And from what I'm hearing, she's been a faithful member, been going to that church for over 10 years. People, listen, you got to stop putting your faith in these preachers. Stop putting your faith in man, period. Put your faith in God. Everybody, all these earthly, what's the word, man? You can't get caught up in all that shit, man. All this shit at the end of the day, it don't even really matter. And I'm not saying we all in this world together, and everybody wants to be comfortable. Everybody, I don't have to be a fucking millionaire or a billionaire. I just want to live a comfortable life where I ain't got to be struggling. I ain't got to be worried about how I'm gonna pay this bill, how I'm gonna pay my rent, how I'm gonna, keep this refrigerator stocked. You know what I'm saying? We just want to get to a comfortable place in our lives. But how can you do that when you got greedy ass preachers, man, that's pulling up to the churches in limousines, wearing Versace suits, and this is not God. But leave it to them. They'd be the first motherfuckers saying this is what God wants. I deserve this because this is what God wants. And I got a problem with that because you taking in all this money, all these resources, but you not putting none of it back in the hood or in the neighborhood that church is in. I guarantee you that they've not. This is why I fuck with New Era Detroit, because they called that shit out. That's how I found out about it. This is why I marched with them brothers last month, and I planned on working with them again because they actually out there doing something. Instead of talking about it, they actually putting they boots on the ground, and they doing it, and they giving people free haircuts. They paying people bills. Whenever somebody get robbed at a gas station, especially if it's a woman or something, they posted up at that gas station. They ushering women in, into the gas station and back out to their car to make sure that they are safe. And us, Gun Freak Nation, we got to start doing shit like that and looking out for each other. That's the only way we're going to be able to defeat these funky ass savages, the devil. We have to fight them back with righteousness. We cannot just sit down and just let the world collapse in front of us. I'm not saying we not no Superman and nothing like that. At this point, we got to make sure that our own families are protected and that our houses is equipped with them funky town senders to send they stank asses to funky town. You dig? We got to go back to the roots. We got to go back to like we are all brothers and sisters through Christ. But everybody don't see it that way. You got people, I hate to say this, jealousy and enviness, man, it's a sickness, it's an illness. Instead of pulling each other up, sick, man, it's sick. Instead of, pulling each other up, we want to drag each other down. They want to drag you down. But we can't get caught up in the chaos. We can't get caught up and you know the distractions and shit, man. Worry about you. Concern yourself with you. Focus on you and level up in life to the point to where you ain't dependent on no motherfucking government. You're not dependent on no motherfucking food stamps. Make that shit. Long as you got life in your body, in this vessel that we call a body, that's what I love about this country. You can make it happen. You can make your dreams come true. You just can't give up on yourself. You know what I'm saying? And also, more importantly, get that funky town center. Get that gun. Because we don't rely on no police, because it may be a situation where the police no longer exist or functioning. Depend on yourself. Position yourself in life where you ain't got to depend on nobody. You self-made. You're gonna have your haters, you're gonna have your naysayers. Tune all that toxic energy and frequency out your motherfucking life. But when you do that, I'm gonna warn you, when you do that, they gonna hate on you even more. They're gonna make up things about you. They're gonna lie about you. They're gonna say you the most evilest person that they ever knew when they don't get their way. But as soon as you give them what they want and what they ask for and the attention that they desire, oh man, you top notch. You number one. This is how motherfuckers is. Get them people out of your life. If you know people like that, get them out of your life. They mean you no good. They are users. And they will suck you until you are dry. Leeches, fucking leeches. When you got that person that's in your corner, even when you in your darkest days, even when you feel like that God ain't even looking out for you no more, and them motherfuckers still stay by your side, those are the keepers. That's your true brother in Christ. That's your true sister in Christ. When they down in the trenches, when you in your low points in life, and they still fucking with you, and they ain't switch up on you, because we got a whole bunch of switch up crews in the Gun Freak Nation. You hear me? A nigga switch up on you in a fucking heartbeat. And I had to learn that lesson. I ain't gonna name no names, but I had to learn that lesson the hard way. This is why I don't fuck with you no more. You a distraction to me. You mean me no good. Once when you figure that out, man, only up can you go. You feel me? It's only up. People will drag you down. People will hit you up. I've had people hit me up, email me, text me, hey man, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. And I said, I'll do what I can to help you. Like it's not like I'm immune to problems. I have my own issues. I have my own challenges. But when you got people, especially grown people, hitting you up, man, I could tell y'all some crazy ass shit. You'd be like, T, you gotta be making that shit up. You got to be making that shit up. Nah, man. But I'm not, it's too personal. And I'm not gonna put their business out there like that. But that you should be ashamed of yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. And if I don't respond to you, then you know why, goddammit. Yes, I'm talking about you. You did. I'm talking about your ass. Leave me the fuck alone. I just want a peaceful life. I got my Gun Freak Nation, the real ones that really do love me because I love y'all. Y'all understand me. I never said I was a perfect motherfucker. It's a whole lot. I'm complex. I might be talking about God one second. Next second, I'm saying pussy hair. I'm me. That's all I can be. Why have people, why be afraid to be yourself because you scared people will dislike you? I used to be that way a few years ago. You know, I was doing shows, going live and putting out videos, and I wasn't even cussing no more. And guess what? When I stopped cussing, people was talking about me then. T nigga, you don't switched up. What the fuck? Man, I don't give a fuck no more. I'm gonna do me. T, if you stop cussing, man, you would have so many subscribe. Man, fuck subscriber count. Subscriber count don't mean a motherfucking thing no more on YouTube. It don't mean shit. People people jump on the train. When they get tired of your ass, they jump back off the train and keep it moving. Go to some another channel. I don't give a fuck. I remember at one point I only had 40 motherfucking subscribers. Then it went from 40 to 60. 60 to 100. I ain't gonna lie. When I got my first 100 subscribers, man, I was happy than the motherfucker. But none of that shit means shit. It don't. I don't give a fuck if I can go back to just only 20 motherfucking subscribers. I'ma still do me, be the same person that I am now. Beware of the motherfuckers that try to get you to conform to what they think that you should act like, or who they think you should be like, or want you to act a certain way, man. Fuck that. Get the fuck on out my face with that bullshit, nigga. You only got one motherfucking life. And life is short. Whether you die of old age or whether you've been taken out by a funky ass savage, either way it go, life is short. Stop living it for other motherfuckers. Cause ain't nobody in this motherfucker perfect. But people, they love to act like they perfect. They love to act like they shit don't stink. And they so easy to point the finger at you and point your flaws out if you got, according to them, you got flaws. I'm like, man, get the fuck up out of here. Don't even watch me. I didn't know you was like that. Get the fuck out of here. People, I realize people is crazy, man. People is judgmental, man. Some people think they holier than thou, man. And those are the fakers. Like I said in my video, when I was eating them good ass pork chops, man. I assume one day we got to stand before the Lord. We got to go before God. You think God want to hear about what TElectrik did? You gonna go to him to talk about me? No, he don't give a fuck about that. He want to know what the fuck you did in your lifetime when you was here. That's what he's concerned about. Like, what did you do in life to help somebody? Was you a menace to society, or was you one of the ones that was helping people have a better society, a peaceful society, a giving society? Being there for one another. But you got motherfuckers, all they want to do is sit and judge and point the finger. Oh, he cusses. Oh, he's on there drinking. Oh, he's people can be trash. And if I'm being judgmental, then like I say, I'm not perfect. But I don't judge other people. I damn sure ain't gonna, if I don't like you or feel what you saying or whatever, why even subscribe? Why even, why would I even watch your shit? This is why this goes back to what I was saying. Trolls and motherfuckers like that are confused fans. They don't like you, they can't stand you, but they can't get enough of watching your ass. So motherfuckers keep watching me. You don't like it? Suck my dick. Suck my dick. Yes, I said it. Suck my big, beautiful, brown, caramel, hot-blooded ass dick. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm gonna do me. And if I feel like, if I want to go down there and take a shit on camera, guess what? I go down there and take a motherfucking shit because this is my shit. This is my fucking channel right here that sparked off so many other motherfuckers. But them same motherfuckers don't show T no love no more. And I don't need your fucking love. It's all about respect, my nigga. If you come up in here and talking your shit, the only reason why you talking your shit is because you're not in this room with me. I will get personal with your ass and slap the fuck out your ass. I'll slap you know what? I slap the God in you. I slap the devil out you and slap the fucking God in your ass. Don't ever think you can ever come up in here and talk shit and be like, trying to be judgmental and shit, man. But motherfuckers is tough on their keyboards. They tough, man. Get the fuck out of here. And my mods gonna handle that shit. And if my mods don't handle that shit, guess what? I'll handle that shit. You dig? Get the fuck out of here, man. I've been doing this shit since 2017. You don't think I don't get tired of talking about home invasions and shit and all that? Sometimes I just want to talk about other shit. Sometimes I still got a passion for music and shit. You feel me? So it is what it is. I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm not depending on no motherfucking YouTube. YouTube ain't paying my fucking bills. You know what I'm saying? YouTube is not putting food in my refrigerator. It ain't even paying my fucking phone bill. Now, if I don't got millions of subscribers like my sister Yoki or something like that, that's a whole different. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna switch some shit up because that's like a motherfucking job. And you just can't go to your job and be fucking around and playing around. But no, none of this shit, it really don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? You got motherfuckers that's watching your ass though. And damn, Tino lost all these money. I don't give a fuck about the few people that done unsubscribe. Good riddance, motherfuckers. You wasn't really down in the first fucking place. Stay gone. Be gone. Poof, be gone. You dig? But I'm still gonna do me at the end of the day. And at the core of what the foundation of this channel, y'all need to get y'all for the ones that don't have a gun yet. I'm telling you, the world is a crazy, dangerous place. And the savages can come from out of nowhere and strike you. That's up to you. If you don't give a fuck about your life, if you don't give a fuck about your family, protecting your family, and all you want to do is just depend on this phone to be your knight in shining armor to call 911 and have the police come, and they probably ain't gonna get there on time. That's on you. That's the gamble. That's the chance that you are taking, sir or ma'am. But I would never put the safety of my family, the safety of my life, because I have to be here to support my family, to take care of my family. I would never put all that on the line for this. To be like a bitch dialing 911. Can you come in time? I got some intruders breaking up in my house, in my home, and I don't know what to do. I'm gathering up my family. We're gonna all hide. And you guys, please hurry up. Get here as soon as you can. I hear them. They're down there now. They're ransacking the house. And God, please hurry up and come. Please. I can die. Hurry up. I'm not even trying to insult you. But you got to be one of the dumbest motherfuckers or one of the most pussiest motherfuckers to be that person. And I'm telling you, I'm begging you, please don't be that person. Be the person, old motherfucker, savage, you done broke up in the wrong fucking house. Now, I don't want to take your life. I don't want to send you to Funky Town. But you don't cross that threshold. You don't cross that fucking threshold. And now you in my motherfucking domain. You are in my fucking house. And I see that you earned too. Oh, you got to go.
You got to hop on that Funky Town Express. Matter of fact, I should play that song, Funky Town Express. I should play it. I got a song called Funky Town Express that will be on the new Gun Freak Nation album, because this album gonna be different. It's gonna actually be singing, rapping, all that shit on there. I got the Gun Freak Nation Purple Rain. All right, that's gonna be on there. You feel me? But the world is a crazy place, and you cannot don't expect a you in everybody else. It seems like everybody is all out for themselves. They don't give a fuck about, this is why I'm no longer participating in voting and in politics, because I don't gave up on that shit. I gave up on that shit years ago. Politicians don't give a fuck about you. No, they a whole lot of people. If they don't open up them food, give out them food stamps because the fucking idiots don't shut down the government. A lot of people gonna go hungry, and when you hungry, you become desperate, and desperate people do desperate things. Shit is about to get real bad out there, and I'm not talking about no. I just feel like it's going to be some sort of civil unrest, whether it's from some type of crazy ass militia that want to start a civil war. It could be because people are doing a food stamp riot. They mad because they didn't get their food stamps and they hungry, and they might just decide to, march up, run up in any grocery store, Walmart, Meijer, Costco, Sam Club. I know I would if I didn't have no motherfucking money or to buy me some food and I didn't get my food stamps. I got to do what I got to do to survive. I'm not going out there talking about hurting anybody. I just need some food, nigga. Give me some food. And I can say, a lot of motherfuckers, nigga, get a job. Get up off your lazy ass and get a job. What if you are trying to find a job and you just can't find one because it's not really available in this economy right now because it's so fucked up? This is where I say I don't believe in the political system anymore, because all it is to me, my personal opinion, is they don't give a fuck. They're no longer representatives anymore. They look at themselves as leaders. Nigga, we gonna tell you what we gonna do. Even though you voted, I used your dumb ass to vote for me. But now that I got all of the power, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. And we not checking them motherfuckers, man. We not doing shit to check them. And everybody else want to talk about all these other countries and third world countries and shit, like in the Middle East and over in the Africas and all that and shit. Oh, they government, they tyrants. They do this and they do that to their people. Saddam Hussein, he gassed his own people, and he tortured motherfuckers that was opposed to him. He got all of his opponents not. Excuse me, sir, but can you tell me how this country is any different? Can any one of y'all tell me, is this government any different? Can you tell me? Remember when good old Joe Biden, when that nigga won, and remember his inauguration, that motherfucker had, what he had, about 50,000, 100,000 National Guard surrounding the Capitol for his inauguration. He was like, niggas, y'all try some shit because y'all think that this election was stolen. Nigga, I had my National Guard, send y'all mother stank asses to Funky Town. Now, if they loved us so much, why the fuck you need a National Guard to, come on, man. If it was some type of uprising against this government, what you think the National Guard is for? They gonna put us down. It could be the government can be on some tyrant dictator shit. The minute our asses, whether you black or white, Hispanic, Asian, it don't matter. If they even sense an inkling of us trying to rebel against that shit and uprise against that shit, they gonna put that shit down. Even if it come to gassing us, yes. They don't give a fuck. It ain't This government is no different than any other motherfucking government. It's corrupt. It's fucking corrupt. So whoever you vote for, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, it don't fucking matter at the end of the day. I ain't seen no difference. None of that Trump, and don't get me wrong, I fuck with Trump. I like the nigga. Personally, I like him. But he's still a fucking politician at the end of the day. And no politician can be trusted. I believe that the nigga do love this country. This nigga was already a fucking billionaire, multi-millionaire, had all of the finest, best fucking women that you can ever fuck as wives and shit. The best one was Marla Maples, and that bitch cheated on him with a fucking bodyguard. They was fucking underneath, on the beach somewhere. Trump was like, bitch, be gone. You know what I'm saying? This is why I fuck with Trump. You dig what I'm saying? He's a crazy motherfucker like me, and he loves his country. This nigga so rich, he didn't have to run for president. But see, sometimes being rich and being a billionaire, it ain't shit. It's all about the power. You know the power you got, nigga, when you are the president? And the Democrats hated that shit. Well, a lot of niggas don't know is that back in the day, Trump used to be a fucking Democrat. How many of y'all niggas out there used to know that shit? The nigga used to be a Democrat. I remember I saw a clip years ago, like it back in the 80s, where he was standing next to Hillary Clinton. And Hillary Clinton was like, one day you should run for president. Soon as the nigga became president, man, they hated him. And I hate the fact that a certain party, the Democrats, man, when they mark a person as being an opponent, they turn people against them. They talk shit, they assassinate the character, they make you out to be a Hitler or something like that. They did that shit during the election. They perfected that shit to the point where they had two crazy motherfucking savages try to take that man out. And through the grace of God, he survived. Because even if I don't like you, even if I disagree with your political views, like with Charlie Kirk, I didn't necessarily agree with everything that nigga was saying, but he did not deserve to go out like that, to be killed because of political views and his opinions. See, when we get persecuted and knocked off for our political beliefs and our viewpoints, we living in a savage world, man. This world we living in is savage. And the only language that these savages will understand, because they come up in your house right now. I don't give a fuck how religious you are or how God-fearing that you are. You're not going to be able, if you got heavily armed savages breaking up in your house, you're not going to be able to run to your Bible and hold your Bible up like that and be like, poof, devil be gone. It don't work like that. But apparently a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people that's been very foolish. Man, you don't need all them guns. You don't need them guns, man. All you need is God. All you need is Jesus. See me? I got Jesus. Jesus, I got my faith in the Lord. I got my faith in Jesus. I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. And once you're covered in the blood of Jesus, you ain't got to worry about nothing. Well, I say you's a damn fool. Because with that kind of thinking and logic, you're going to be covered in some blood. But it ain't going to be the blood of Jesus. It's going to be your own motherfucking blood. You're going to be choking on your own fucking blood after them savages, get done what they doing to you. So you got to be the one to be like, I got to be a real man and step up to the plate. Get out there, get that gun, know what the fuck to do with that gun. So when they do come, when the devil come at you, the only thing that that these savages respect is power. The power of a gun, not the power of God. God, because God is is the one that gave you a brain. And in that brain is something called wisdom. It's something called common sense. Now, we had a church shooting. We had two church shootings right here in the great state of Michigan, where I am located in. I'm in Detroit, the hood. One church had armed security. Another church, I think it was Mormon, didn't. All right? Guess what? Y'all already know what the results was. Nobody was killed at that church that was wise enough, that done woke the fuck up and had armed security. These niggas at this church, boy, they wasn't fucking around with their savage. Not only did they shoot this motherfucking savage, a motherfucker drove up and jump out with a AR-15. He's about to get up in the church. I don't even think the nigga made it in there. They ran that nigga over before he even one of the members was in his pickup truck and ran that motherfucker over. No, I got to give it to you, brother. You are a hero for you to take your vehicle and see a savage with an AR-15 and you decide to run this motherfucker over with this AR-15. And not only did they do that, I think they shot him down too, man. So they wasn't fucking around. And because they had that mentality, because they know how it is in society with these savages, they did the right thing. And they put that savage down. And they sent him to Funky Town. Okay? Night and day. Now, the other church that did not have armed security, this motherfucking savage was in a pickup truck too. He rammed the truck inside the church, like drove it through the fucking front doors. Drove it through. Can you imagine you going to church to praise the Lord and all of a sudden a pickup truck fly through the fucking front doors of the church? And then this motherfucker then commences to get out of his truck with a rifle or AR or something and start gunning people down. And not only did he just gun people down, he set the whole fucking church on fire, my nigga. Ain't nothing left for that bitch. You know why? Because they wasn't prepared for the devil. They wasn't prepared, and they paid the price. Several of them lost their lives. I don't know what the final death count was, but the last time I checked, it was about 6. And they were still finding bodies in the debris because the church collapsed. And the thing of it is, man, you can't put nothing past a funky ass savage. And some of them are in disguise. Some of your friends you think that's cool with you are really low key hating on you and really can't stand you and really praying for your downfall because they jealous of you, they envy you, and don't let that shit affect you, but just know it is what it is. And you have to handle them and deal with them accordingly. Even if you don't, I say don't deal with a stank foot, funky, stank dick breath asses at all. Don't fucking deal with them. They are a poison to your spirit. You have to protect your peace at all times. You got to protect your peace, man. If you ain't got peace, then you a fucking piece of shit. If you don't have peace, you got to protect your peace because people will wear you down with their issues and problems to the point to where your fucking mind becomes shit and you might be the next nigga out there getting ready to gun some motherfuckers down because your ass don't went crazy because you allowed them to bring that toxic spirit into your domain. Never let nobody infect your spirit. Never let nobody poison your peace, man. And that goes for niggas, women, it don't fucking matter. This thing we got life. We don't know how long. We don't we don't know how long we got. You feel me? We don't know how long we got. Let me turn this back on. We don't know how long we got. But like my mother used to tell me, as long as you in the land of the living, we not underground. If you above ground in the land of the living, I don't give a damn how bad your circumstances may be. As long as that blood is running through your veins, and as long as you are breathing this, you are blessed. And if you don't give up, things will get better, my nigga. Things will get better. I promise you that. It's the devil out there that want to see people, that got people out there, just being savages and just doing the devil's work. You cannot be worried about things that you don't have control over, man. This is why I keep to my motherfucking self, man. People will switch up on you. People will hate on you. This is why I appreciate every single one of y'all who still rock with me. If you don't want to rock with me no more, then, hey, man, I wish you the best. I'm not hating on you. You know what I'm saying? I might be disappointed a little bit because some of the motherfuckers I thought that really, really rock with me, I found out the hard way that them motherfuckers was trying to. I don't know what their purpose was because I don't have a huge channel, and like I say, all that shit, subscriber count, in my opinion, if you ask me, none of that shit means shit nowadays, man. I don't give a fuck if I only had one person to watch me. That's all that really fucking matters, man, is that you hear me out and you hear my ideas and what I think, how to combat, how to fight the unrighteous, how to go up against the wicked when they come for you. That's all I'm saying. Is that so wrong? No, every now and then I'm gonna be in one of my silly moods or something, especially when I'm drinking a little, sipping on a little something, or took me one of my gummies or something. So what? Is good old tea out there harming somebody? Am I telling y'all to drink or do all that shit? But people can be so motherfucking judgmental. Get the fuck off my shit. Get out my ass, man. Get off my ass. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand a judgmental motherfucker. I can't stand a hating ass nigga. Nigga, get confidence in yourself. Get that jealousy. Jealousy is a sickness. It's the devil. Because whatever, I don't know what it is, but obviously you ain't got it. And since you ain't got it or blessed with it or whatever the fuck it is, you want to hate on the next man. You ain't shit. If you really like that, you ain't shit. And I don't want to have no parts of you or have shit to do with you. I don't want to have shit else to do with you. Motherfuckers will be funny style on you. They'll smile in your motherfucking face, use you, get whatever they can out of you, lie about the shit, and then talk about you behind your motherfucking back, man. But am I surprised at this? Are y'all surprised? You shouldn't be, because this is the world that we are, unfortunately, we was born into. Born into a world of savages, bullshitters, fake motherfuckers, leeches, energy suckers. I ain't got time for it, man. I don't know how many days I got left on this earth, but I'm trying to be here as long as I can. And when I do go, it damn sure not gonna be at the hands of a funky, stinking ass savage, man. Don't go out like that. You feel me? You got to be smart about this shit. It ain't about this shit. Don't come down to just owning a gun. People don't die with guns in their fucking hands, man, because they put themselves in a situation where they got. It's different levels to this shit. You feel me? It's different levels to this shit. You know, you got to know what to do. It's called being savage ready up here. The rapping right here, you see these rappers right here, man, them motherfuckers ain't shit. They will play a role in you know, helping protect your life. But if you clueless and you not savage ready, your biggest rapping is not those right there. It's not. Your biggest rapping is right here. You got to have. I had to pull my gun today. I had to pull my gun today. And I'll talk about that another time. But I had to pull my gun today. Thank God I did not have to use it. But the whole point of it is, all right, I'm going to go on and talk about it. One of my cats took a shit. And I had to pull my motherfucking gun. One of my kittens took a shit. I got the shit up, put it in the doggy bag. I'm on my way into my backyard to throw it away because I'm not gonna, you know, that I'd be a nasty motherfucker if I pick up some cat shit, some diarrhea cat shit, and you know, wrap it up real good and throw it in my regular kitchen garbage can. Nah, I don't do that. I take it out there and throw it in the city can, you know, that you sit out in front of your house and the city come and take your trash and shit. We got the ones with the big ass robots that just, you know, big ass truck come and then that robot come down and grab your fucking garbage can, the dumpster, and then, you know, yeah, I got that. So I'm taking it back there. A couple of my kittens got out. They follow me, man. I can't do shit. I gotta lock them up to do my lives because I got them so spoiled. They think they supposed to be in my lap at all times. Like they act like real like babies or something, like little kids and shit. Fall asleep in my lap. So I went out there. As you all know, some of you know, and some of them don't. I haven't put part of my fence up. And I don't need no motherfucker saying, T, get that. I know what the fuck I gotta do, all right? So get off my dick about my fence. But I gotta put a section of my fence up because I had I'm getting ready to buy this house, and the landlord had the house, you know, I was having like flooding issues and shit. And you know how a motherfucker gotta dig up in your backyard to rebuild that trap and shit. So that was dead, and because of that, they had to knock a portion of the fence down, right? And then my walls was rebuilt. That's why soon I'm gonna be doing this shit from my basement. It ain't even no basement no more. It's gonna be called the lower level. I'm gonna call the shit the bunker. Okay, I'm gonna be coming live for y'all people, which I love, y'all my people from the bunker. That's gonna all this shit right here. It'll still be here, but I'm gonna be in the basement in the lower level with my green screen and all that cool shit. But to get back to what happened, a big ass motherfucking pit bull spotted the kitten. I grabbed, I said, y'all get y'all motherfucking asses back in the house. That motherfucker ran in my yard. It was a woman, man. She was one of the coolest women. I said, ma'am, please get your dog off my property. Dog coming up at me, growling like a motherfucker. I said, look, I reached in there, I grabbed my motherfucking dagger, and I was about to fire a warning shot. But as soon as I raised my voice and stomped my foot, the dog stopped in his track. And he looked at me, and then he looked at the kitten, then he looked back at me. The kittens got the fuck on out of there. They ran under my motherfucking car. Them niggas had sense. They got the fuck. I ain't never seen Lucky. Lucky only got one motherfucking eye. That's why I call this ass Lucky. He only got one eye. He was born with one eye. And Lucky ass saw that dog and got the fuck up out of there. That nigga ran up under my motherfucking car. Dog looking at me. I'm looking at him. I got the gun. She looking at me. She not saying shit. I said, ma'am, I don't have a problem with you coming in my yard. Just please come get this dog. I don't want to have to shoot it. Because if that motherfucker take one step towards me, I'm gonna light this motherfucking ass up. And I'm an animal lover. I don't want to put no animals down, but I damn sure is not gonna wait and see if this a vicious dog or a nice dog. Okay? I'm not trying to get bit all up and get my balls and shit ripped off and chewed on and all that. Hell no. So she saw it. She didn't panic or nothing like that. She understood because I don't know nothing about this big ass dog. Big old husky motherfucker. Big stout husky pit bull. You know what I'm saying? So the dog saw me. I stomped my foot. Dog took off running. And she ended up, I guess about 20 minutes later, because it took me another 15 minutes just to find my cats because the dog scared the shit out of them and they was hid. They wouldn't even come to me. I had to move my motherfucking car, get the fuck out from under the car. I had to get in the car, back the shit up in reverse. And, I eventually got them back in and the lady eventually drove on my block, opened up her back door. The dog was running all up and down the street. She was like, get your ass in there. Get in there. I said, yeah, get your ass in there. Dog jumped his funky ass up in there. And I said, ma'am, I am so sorry that I had to pull my weapon. But she was like, no, he's not a vicious dog. He's my son dog. If I was single, I would have tried to holler at her because she, never mind that part. You dig? You know what I'm saying? If I was single, but I'm with the best woman right now. You feel me? You dig what I'm saying? But the point of it is, if I didn't have that gun on me, and if that dog would have been vicious, I could have got fucked up. I could have got ate up. I could have got chewed up. You know what I'm saying? And for all you motherfuckers, you don't never shoot no bullshit. Nigga, do you know how many people have died from being mauled to death? Huh? From dogs and shit? Somebody got killed a couple of months ago here. A couple of pit bulls or Rottweilers chewed that kid to death, man. So I know dogs can be deadly. We had one, matter of fact, a few months back in the summertime, a big ass Rottweiler running around terrorizing my street. And I called the police about 2 or 3 times. Neighbors calling the police because guess what? It's little children that walk down my street, either, coming from school or whatnot. And the dog used to be chasing them. I remember one morning, it was a guy walking down the middle of the street. He saw the dog. The dog saw him. The dog jumped off the porch. I don't know where this dog came from, but he ran and jumped over my next door neighbor's fence and jumped in the yard. Dog walked up. I said, I ain't nowhere in fucking hell I'm about to watch a guy, get mauled to death by a fucking dog, a Rottweiler. So guess what I did? I ran up, got my motherfucking MPX. That's when I had that motherfucking MPX, that SIG MPX. I said, motherfucker. Dog looked at me. Dog looked at gun. Dog got the fuck on. I don't know. The dog had sense. He got the fuck on when he saw that fucking gun. I didn't even have to shoot in the ground. Because I don't shoot up in the air. Because what goes up gotta come down, right? I don't need my bullet falling on somebody's head, killing them. Stop shoot. If you're gonna shoot your gun, do not shoot it up in the air. Because what goes up gotta come down. Shoot it in the ground. In a safe place in the ground. But yeah, man, these wild ass animals, man. And then that beaver or a possum or rat or whatever the fuck that went up under my car in my Cadillac and chewed on my O2 sensor. That shit cost me, let me see, it was that shit was like $120 to get me another O2 sensor and to have my mechanic put it back on there. Because this motherfucker went up in, I don't know how he got up in there, but he chewed the fuck out of it. So I paid the $120 to get it repaired because a lot of people are like, T, that ain't shit. That's just an O2 sensor. It ain't gonna affect your car. Bullshit. That will have you It'll fuck your gas. It'll the engine, all that shit. So I had to get it taken care of. Why come not even a week, not even 2 weeks, that motherfucker went back up on there and chewed the same motherfucking wire. I said, nigga, man, that shit made me so motherfucking mad. I said, I need to raid out here with my motherfucking AR. And if I see that motherfucker, I'm gonna light that bitch up. Thank God it ain't happened again. But I wasted, I had to spend money for that shit. So it's you got to be armed not only for these funky savages that want to come in and make love to your woman while you watch, but you got to watch these savage ass animals out here too. They attack your ass. You know what I'm saying? But get armed. That's all I can tell you. And be armed up here. Now, I've had Gun Freak Nation members be like, T, I don't need no gun. I got this. I got that. Hey, man, more power to you. But I still say ain't no motherfucking bow and arrow gonna compete against a funky ass nigga that's done broke in your house with a motherfucking ARP, a motherfucking AR-15 pistol, a motherfucking Draco. Yo bow and arrow. You might be able to hit one of them niggas. I mean savages, but you ain't gonna be able to get them all. You got to have a gun. You got to put the fear of God into their stinking asses. Because that's the only language they are going to be able to understand. You can be a 86-year-old woman, a 99-year-old woman. But if that woman is equipped with a gun or an AR or AK or even a shotgun, they're going to respect you because they're not going to want to get hit with that. Now, if all that lady got is a bat, man, they gonna wrestle that bat out of your hand, and even oh my God, I don't even want to go there, cause these fucking savages, they high on they on dope, drugs, sexual stimulants. They don't give a fuck. They just trying to they trying to go up, run up in a hole. They don't care whether it's a pussy hole, an asshole, your mouth, your nose. They don't give a fuck. They trying to poke something, nigga. They trying to stick they dick up in something. They don't care. We dealing with I don't even want to call them animals. It's a disrespect to animals because animals don't even behave like that. These are Satan's minions. And they're out there right now, and they might have your home. They might have you as a target. And you got to be prepared. People was about to lose their fucking mind because they're not getting their fucking food stamps next month. Let's pray that this government come together, act like adults, act like grown-up folks, and stop playing these fucking games and come together and we open this government so people can eat in peace, so people don't have to go out there and be stealing, robbing, and potentially killing people because they don't have their food stamps. Things are going to be bad. Fuck Thanksgiving. Oh, I ain't got my stamps. I'm not going to be able to get no turkey. I'm not going to be able to celebrate Thanksgiving, y'all. Man, fuck Thanksgiving, man. You got to survive every day. You got to have food in your refrigerator every day to eat on. And if you don't have a job, if you out there struggling, some people I know for a fact that got jobs and still getting food stamps. But Trump got in, and Trump was like, enough. Y'all niggas been riding a free ride, been having a free ride for decades now because of these Democrats. Democrats like to reward people. Everybody wants something for free. And I'm not judging anybody. Everybody can fall on hard times. I've been in hard times before. I have. Okay? I bought food stamps before. Hell, I'm looking for somebody right now to buy some fucking food stamps from. God damn it. So, you can't depend, if you don't get them stamps, you can't depend on the government to feed you. First and foremost, do your best to position yourself in life where you ain't got to depend on no motherfucker but yourself. That's the ultimate goal in life. Maneuvering in this life, navigating this life, positioning yourself in life where nigga, fuck you. Fuck them stamps. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Police, I love you. I respect you. You are heroes. But fuck you too. I don't need you to protect my family, and I don't mean that to be an insult. Because there's a lot of members of Gun Free Nation that wear that fucking badge, and I salute you every day. You's a bad, cool, righteous motherfucker to get up every day, to get up off your ass, to get out of that fucking bed and put that fucking uniform on, throw that badge on, and you don't know whether you're going to make it back home or not. That takes a lot of balls to do that shit. And I got nothing but respect and love for each and every one of y'all. Oh, T, but what about the bad ones out there? Man, that's life in general. I bet you right now at y'all jobs, y'all know it's an asshole. Y'all got that one coworker that's a fucking asshole that you don't get along with, that probably hating on you. Everybody can relate to that. Every walk of life, just in general, you're gonna have an asshole. So every fucking police station or whatever gonna have that one asshole cop. This is why I said to y'all, this is why I say to y'all, if you got your CPL, your license to kick, because I'm hearing some shit about something happening in Chicago where some black folks got arrested or some shit like that. I don't know the details of it, so I really can't speak on it in depth. I can't really speak on it like that, but I noticed some people was trying to make it into a race issue. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it might have been racial. I don't know. I don't know enough of the details of what happened. But I will say this: anytime when you encounter law enforcement, there's two things on the line. I've been saying this for years now. The two things that are on the line when you encounter law enforcement is your life and your freedom. You want that shit to go. Get your ticket. Don't hold court out there in them streets. If you get an asshole, guess what? You don't got an asshole. Cops are human beings, man. Cops can be mentally depressed, man. Cops could have found their wife or their girlfriend fucking another nigga and they mad and they gonna take that shit out on your ass. They're human beings, man. They have emotions. They have feelings, even though some of them motherfuckers act like robots. When they act like robots and you trying to be nice to them and respectful to them and they ain't responding to, they ain't having that shit and they just cut and dry, them the ones that I be concerned with. Because them the ones that will blow your motherfucking brains out if you make one wrong fucking move. And I've ran across I've had encounters with plenty of them robots. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. But man, even when I was out there wilding out, doing crazy shit, didn't have a motherfucking driver's license, plate bold as fuck, I might be in what you call them motherfucker? My first car was like a Chrysler LeBaron convertible, man. I thought I was a motherfucking movie star. I can't even tell you how many bitches I got with that top down, man. And I had that silky, wavy hair, and niggas was saying I look like Prince and motherfucking Genuine. And I told you, man, back in my day, I got a car just to pick up a fine ass Latino, Filipino, Italiano prostitute. I got a car because I tried to approach her and she's like, nigga, where your motherfucking car at? And I'm like, I ain't got no motherfucking car. Bitch, walk back with me. She's like, fuck you, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. And my brother Bug, rest in peace, Bug, sold me a rust bucket for $60. And I ripped up on that bitch. I said, bitch, get in. Get your ass in this car, nigga. And she said, nigga, oh, she's like, oh, you got this car, even though that car was raggedy as fuck. Gas tank leaking and everything, man. I had to keep gas in that motherfucker before I ran out of gas. But I wanted that bitch. So she's like, nigga, get over, move your ass over. And that bitch got in my car and we driving and all that and shit, driving around. She's seeing that all the other hoes waving at them. Look what I'm in and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I did crazy shit. Now I don't forget whatever, my mind got on some pussy, man, some prostitute pussy. What I'm trying to say is don't rely on nobody. Position yourself in life where uh you ain't dependent on nobody. I've been in situations, man, where I've been dead fucking broke. And niggas that I knew, I said, man, come on, man. I gotta make some money some kind of way. I ain't no jobs calling me. I got guns and shit. Niggas be like, oh man, T, that's a badass motherfucking gun you got, Nick. If you ever let that motherfucker go, nigga, man, I better be the first nigga that you call if you selling that motherfucker. When I got down to that point to where I was desperate and I needed some money to survive, I said, man, come on, man. I got the gun. I'm gonna give it to you at a really, really good price, man. Fuck you, T. I don't want that motherfucker. Fuck you, man. They give you the runaround. Nigga, you was the main one saying you want to buy this shit. Nigga, okay. Give me something. I'll put your ass on layaway. Just give me something. Them niggas didn't even do that. That's when I learned. Don't depend on nobody. It's your life. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck how rough you got it, how tough it is for you in this life. Your goal, your number one mission in this life is to position yourself to a point to where you ain't got to be dependent on nobody. No government, no food stamps, no police, none of that shit. Long as you got a gun, be dependent on that motherfucker in the time of need. And I'm telling you that if they don't open this government anytime soon, and people really do lose their benefits, and they talking about they fucking with the health care too. They fucking with oh my God. Do you see what? Open your eyes, my people, and see what's really going on in this world right now, man. Something something is about to happen. I think it's going to be some type of civil unrest, where it's going to be delivered to us through a terrorist attack, a cartel. And I ain't look cartels. Listen, y'all been doing what y'all doing. I don't necessarily condone the shit. Fentanyl is killing a lot of people, but I know how they get down. Trump fuck up their operations. Trump fucking up their money. It's going to be some blowback to that. There's going to be some payback to that. And the best way to get Trump back, if I was a cartel leader, I'm be like, all right, motherfucker, you fucking with my money, you killing my people, you bombing my boats, my drug boats. Guess what? We gonna come over there to America, and we gonna bomb some shit up in there. We gonna kill a whole bunch of you motherfuckers and make your ass look bad. So the American people can point the finger at you and be like, Trump, it's all your fucking fault. Why you think Bin Laden had the towers knocked down? They let the shit happen, but Bin Laden and Al Qaeda, they done that shit. See, this sneaky government, man, they willing to sacrifice thousands of people to accomplish their means. They've been wanting to go into Iraq. Bush and Cheney been wanting to go into Iraq. And they use that 9/11. If enough of y'all niggas get killed, if enough of y'all niggas, if we can scare the American people to the point to where they will back this war, support this war, that's all we need. 9/11 happened. 9/11 happened. Same thing over in Israel, man. Can't nobody tell me I don't give a fuck who you are. Israel is one of the most high-tech, spy savvy. These motherfuckers got the Mossad. All right? They got the Mossad. They got better intelligence than us. So you mean to tell me that these motherfuckers didn't see thousands of Hamas fighters gathering up, getting on the border. Get the fuck out of here, man. Sometimes you gotta let a disaster happen to get to the means of what you really want to do. And that's exactly what happened. I'm just being straightforward and being honest with the shit. They allowed that shit to happen. That was their version of 9/11. They was even saying that shit, man. For those who think I love this country, but the government ain't shit. It ain't shit. And if we was to ever try to rise up, thank God we do have something called the Second Amendment that gives us the right. It shouldn't even have to be no fucking Second Amendment. It should be your fucking God-given right to preserve your life and protect your life. Fuck the Second Amendment. It's your God-given fucking right. Who the fuck are they to sit on their holier than thou throne and order down to us, dictate to us what guns y'all niggas shouldn't have this type of gun. You got to get it registered. And man, come on, dog. Open your fucking eyes. This shit is unrighteous. And we gotta have our guns. You know why we gotta have our guns? Because Satan and his minions are out there wreaking havoc on people, killing people, raping people, doing harm to people. Ain't no such thing as an innocent, thief nowadays. I remember back in the day when, you might, and they still exist, y'all. I never judged a person if they hungry and they go inside of a gas station and steal a bag of chips or a candy bar or something like that. They trying to get some food in their stomach. They ain't out there, trying to do harm to people. If I saw some shit like that, I like, yo, dog, you ain't got to do that, bro. You ain't got to do that, sis. You ain't got to do that. Give it to me. I'll pay for it for you. Even give you a few more dollars. Because you just trying to survive. I get it. I would do the same fucking thing. No judgment here. But when you got them motherfuckers that choose to try to run up in your house or put the gun to your head while you pumping gas to take your shit and possibly take your life, like the man that got killed 2 years ago, around the corner at that L. George's, Coney Island, man. Savages waiting to strike. And he fucked up when he had his Cartiers on. He had a nice gold chain on. That's all they needed. The man was hungry, went there, stepped up to the window, got out of his car. He fucked up when he didn't order his shit through the drive-thru. So they saw when the nigga got out of his car and they parked, they drove their car next to his car. So when he left the window to go back to his car, they was already standing out with the guns. On the video, you can see when he shocked and he go back like that. They went up to him, pistol whip him, knock him on the ground, begins to kick him, take his glasses, whip his chain off, and they could have left. They took his wallet. They could have left. But instead, out of evil, they gunned that man down right there in the parking lot of that Coney Island. I can drive up there right now and you can still see his they got what they call that shit a moral, or what's that shit when everybody be putting candles and vigil or whatever uh 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 his pictures and flowers is still up there, man. And never in a million years would that man would have thought by him getting hungry. He probably had been to the club. He probably had been to the club. And you know how sometimes when you party and shit, your ass get an appetite. And never in a million years would he have thought that he would have took his last breath at the hands of two fucking savages, because it was two of them. Never would he thought he would go out like that, man. And this is why I tell y'all, no matter what, no matter what y'all do, don't let that savage get the drop on you. Don't let that savage get the drop on you, man. My own nephew got took out like that, man. He never in a million years thought going to his sister's birthday party. She rented some hall. She rented a hall, a cabaret style hall, and threw a party and didn't have security up there checking motherfuckers. And my nephew's so-called friend invited these niggas that he got into it with. Nephew, rest in peace. So the devil is tricky. It's a slippery slope. And if you're not paying attention, and if you're not being savage ready, you can fall into the trap and lose your life. Just like that. And you gone. You just another nigga gone. And when I say nigga, I'm talking about black, right, every motherfucking thing in between. You just another dead nigga. We living in a vicious world. And the sooner you see this shit and recognize it, the sooner you gonna want to take things. You will be able to deal with it. Prep yourself up for it. Now I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a lot of hungry people that's dependent on these food stamps. Okay, it ain't about Thanksgiving being next month. It's about surviving. Have you ever been hungry? Have you ever not eaten anything for 2 or 3 days, but drink water? You don't have a penny in your fucking pocket. And now you ain't got your food stamps no more. The only thing that was keeping you afloat. And stop being heartless and saying, well, that's what the fuck you get. You should have got up off your lazy ass and got a job and all that. But stop being one of them motherfuckers, man. Judgmental motherfuckers. Cause that shit can happen to you. Whether you believe this shit or not. I just feel that things is going to take a turn to get even worse. Cause things are already bad. But I think it's going to get worse, man. Desperate people do desperate things. That's all I'm saying. Desperate people do desperate things. Get ready for it. Get prepared for it. It's so much going on in the world. I'm hearing now that Trump has activated some type of new system or something that's got something to do with national defense. It's different from the National Guard. So a lot of people are implying that they are, openly prepping for some type of civil, unrest on a, on a large scale. And Trump is putting this together that these, it's sort of like the National Guard, but it's going to be called something else. And they are activating, like forming it now, putting it together because people are saying literally that the government itself is either getting ready to do some fuck shit that they know that's going to get people pissed off and they're expecting people to rise up and rebel against that shit, or they just see something coming that we don't know about yet. But I'm hearing that this shit is being constructed and organized now. The national, it ain't got shit to do with the National Guard. It's going to be called something else. And they whole purpose is to deal with a civil unrest situation. And I thought that's what the National Guard was for, to be honest. But this is going to be something totally different. But it's a lot. If you open your eyes and I don't put my trust in CNN or MSNBC or even Fox. When you want to know the real scoop, YouTube, man, they're gonna give it to you real and raw, like my podcast. You're gonna see the shit for yourself. The blessings of technology now, because the news media, all that shit is fake. I'm not gonna say all of it, but it's biased. It's they news media, it's like CNN and all that shit, even Fox, they got hidden agendas where they, just like with CNN, when Trump was going up against Kamala, 99% of the shit was favored towards her. All good stories and shit. 99.100% on CNN was against Trump to make Trump look bad. They are pushing a narrative, agenda. They trying to shape people's mind. Don't believe that shit. They trying to brainwash you. They trying to manipulate you. They trying to indoctrinate you. And this is why a lot of people are sheep right now, because they fall for that bullshit. I say have an open mind. Have an open mind and see things for what it really is. And both sides are doing it. Both sides. So for both sides to do it, they both ain't shit. Stop depending on the government. The government is not your savior. God is. Okay? The government will let you down. The government is not righteous. They playing with people's tummies, stomachs. They playing with you. Anytime when your livelihood is on the line and you don't get them food stamps and go hungry for 2 or 3 days and you ain't ate nothing, I guarantee you by that 3rd day, nigga, you ready to go out and steal or do whatever to get some food. I guarantee you that. No, if you ain't never been in that situation before, you don't understand what the fuck I'm saying. Now I ain't never, you know, if I ain't ate nothing in 2 or 3 days, it's because I wanted to do that because I'm trying to lose weight or some shit like that. But I'm talking about some real life shit, man. And this shit gonna have consequences to it. Every action is gonna have a fucking reaction. Okay? But when the shit lands at your doorstep, at your front door, you gotta react to it. You got to react to it. Are you gonna take a chance? Because once you lose your life, ain't no coming back from that. Ain't no coming back from that. You got to take your life serious. You got to take your loved ones' lives serious. It's motherfuckers out there that don't have a problem killing you for the most smallest thing. They might even kill you over a bologna sandwich. I remember a man got killed over $2 back in the day. He owed somebody $2. And I don't think it was really about the $2. It was about the principle of being loaned fucking $2 and you didn't pay it back. So people will kill for the smallest thing. So can you imagine if they go hungry? Can you imagine the type of shit that's going to happen? I'm seeing videos now of people threatening to just run up in stores, these Walmarts and shit, which I don't give a fuck, and just take everything. I don't give a fuck about no Walmart, even though I used to work at Walmart years ago. That was one of the best motherfucking jobs I had, man. I was, flirting with all kinds. I ain't gonna even go there, man. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna. I'll talk about that later. I don't knock nobody for their occupation. If you out there making an honest living, if you ain't out there committing no crimes, harming people and all that, hey man, who am I to judge? Only God can judge you. Remember that. Only God can judge you. Don't give a fuck about what another nigga got to say or their opinion. In life, guess what? It's like one DMC said, it's like that, and that's the fucking way it is. Deal with it. Don't give a motherfucker the power to knock you off your square. Who gives a fuck whether they like you or disown you or don't want to fuck with you? Who gives a fuck about they funky, stinking asses? Nigga, continue to live your life. Continue to protect your peace. Because the devil will come after you in many shapes and in many forms. Okay? Don't give a fuck. The minute that you tune that shit, I was one of them niggas that used, oh man, you know, they don't like me. Man, fuck y'all. Your shit stank, and you gotta die one day too. You know, Mr. Perfect or Mrs. Perfect. I don't, you know, I'm to the point now, man. I don't even really like people no more. I be to my motherfucking self. People ain't shit. And when you realize that shit, you will be better off. I'm not telling none of y'all to be lonely. So I'm just telling you what it is out there. A lot of them friends, so-called friends you think you have, them motherfuckers don't fuck with you like that. A lot of people attach themselves to you because it's something you got, they ain't got. And they trying to get next to you to get that shit. And when they get it, or if you fall off and you ain't got it no more, fuck you. They don't want no parts of you no more. Those are the users. And trust me, I have been used. It's shameful for me to admit it. I fell for the okie doke. Not no more. Not no more. Not no more. I just want to be left at this point in time in my life. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't need to hear your problems. I don't need to hear your issues. Nigga, it was you that put yourself in that situation to have those issues and problems. So why you want to burden me and call me up? Man, get the fuck out of here. I got my own issues and problems. I ain't got time. I only can carry so much on these shoulders. This load can be heavy. But don't make your load heavy because another irresponsible motherfucker that made bad choices and decisions, and now he unhappy with himself. Now he's trying to attach his issues to your life. That's not right. That's not fair. And you tell that motherfucker to get the fuck on. Even though you're gonna be the worst nigga ever. You can give a motherfucker every time they ask for something, you can give it to them a million motherfucking times. But that one time, nigga, you say no, you the worst motherfucker on earth. And they gonna talk about your ass like you Satan himself. People ain't shit. Some people, I must say, ain't shit. And you got to have the wisdom and wherewithal to weed them type of people out of your life. Because they mean you no motherfucking good. Niggas, live your life. Because we don't, all we got on this earth at this point is time. The minute you came out of your mama's pussy, death has been chasing you. And eventually, ain't no doubt about it, it's going to catch up to you. Okay? We ain't getting out of this motherfucker alive. We gonna go back. We all going back where we came from, and I don't know what the fuck that is. Don't let me get into my death talk, because I'll be here all motherfucking night. That's the biggest mystery in the fucking world. You can have your faith and believe in whatever the fuck you want to believe in, but sometimes I think when you die, you just don't exist no more. I don't know if it's a heaven up there over the clouds or come on, man. I don't even know whether it's a hell underneath. But some people actually believe that. No judgment here. But some people actually believe that. Some people will tell you right now, we already living in hell. It's hell on earth. They said when God, it was some devils, some angels got beside themselves, right? And they got kicked out of heaven. And they came down here. I don't know. All I know is that we living in a world, ladies and gentlemen, of the Gun Freak Nation. We living in a world where we know for a fact it's evil motherfuckers out there, and they mean us no good. They don't have a problem trying to take our lives, but we can't go out like that. We can't go down not fighting back. That's the bottom line. And I pray that everything is going to be okay. But something is telling me, something is telling my soul, and I'm seeing the writing on the wall that something is coming our way and it ain't gonna be good. It's gonna be devastating. It's going to be something of the likes that you've never seen. And I don't know whether it's going to be some type of attack, some type of civil unrest. Right now, we literally got half of the country that hate the other half of the motherfucking country. It's no kind of love and understanding, no compromise, no communication. And if you ain't got compromise, if you ain't got communication, then it's wartime. It's war. We going to war. And it's going to be the righteous versus the wicked. That's what this shit is all going to come down to. Now, a lot of people was like, well, we're living in the end times. You know, the world shall be destroyed again. The first time it was done via a flood. This time it will be a fire. It says in the Bible that one day you will wake up and the sun will refuse to shine, and the moon will be the color red as blood. I don't know how true that may be, but it sure as hell feel like something is headed this way. Just open your eyes and just take for a moment and just see what's going on. Observe it. Look. See, a lot of people is asleep right now. They not woke like we are. They worried about what Kanye about to do. They worried about Kanye kids don't want to have shit to do with him, or they worried about these rich ass celebrities and shit, and they got they face all distracted with social media and what's going on, and and that ain't it. All this shit is a distraction. Even these preachers, like that preacher had the nerve to chastise that poor woman because she only had $1,200 when he asked for $2,000. This is the fucking world that we are living in. So is God gonna punish us? Because it didn't have to be this way. It didn't have to be like this. But human nature will always be human nature. And at the core of this is about, at the end of the day, it's about being selfish, man. Race, politics, and religion. They all was put here, designed, manufactured to divide us and break us up and have us, hating each other and pointing the finger at each other and, doing the blame game. And, the reason why your life is so fucked up right now is because of this person right here or this certain group of people. So let's hate them all. And that's not the way God wanted it to be. We supposed to all be human beings first and foremost. And we all supposed to be brothers and sisters in Christ. And even if you don't believe in that, we still supposed to be all human and brothers and sisters. Having love and respect for one another. Not hating on each other, but the world has been some kind of way, man, along the line of, back in time or whatever, this world ended up getting corrupt, man. And it's fucked up. It's truly fucked up. And you just never know when you out there in them streets handling your business, your righteous business, when you're going to encounter and cross paths with one of those fucked up people, whether they savages or whether, it's a crazy motherfucker. And you can end up losing your life, never making it back home. That shit can happen in your own home. I can't even tell you the countless people that have been murdered in their own home because they wasn't properly prepared to go up against these savages. They ain't did nothing wrong. They thinking, look, man, I don't live my life. I don't mess with nobody. I ain't out there doing no fuck shit. I don't have no enemies. I'm living my life. I'm not bothering nobody. I stick to myself. So I don't need no gun. I don't need no fucking gun, right? Shit, like hell. Next thing you know, they're dead because they wasn't prepared. This life we living in is a motherfucker. And it all gonna come down to only the strong and the righteous is going to prevail. Only the strong is going to survive. And when I say righteous, we may have to become savages, righteous savages ourselves. Because ain't nowhere in hell I'm going to let my family starve to death. I'm going to do everything I can to try to be righteous. But you got to look at it, even in the Bible, it states that, Jesus, he hung around some shady ass people, characters, man. Moses being a drunk, I'm just saying, prostitutes, murderers. But in order to get to those people, he had to be around them so they can receive his message. How righteous of Jesus. So for modern day, don't ever think you too good. Don't ever, hold your nose up high to where you thinking you better than somebody else because you got a better job, you got money, basically. You living good, and therefore you think you better than somebody that's not living as well as you are. All this materialism shit, man, don't mean shit at the end of the day. Because when your funky ass die, nigga, you can't take none of that shit with you. No, it's cool that you can enjoy life. Like I say, you can listen, I do believe in heaven and hell. But I believe that heaven and hell is in the here and now. If you got money, baby, that's heaven. If you broke in this country, if you broke, nigga, that's hell. That's hell. You struggling. You trying to survive. And that doesn't make you a bad person. Being rich, having money doesn't make you a bad person. But if you one of those idiots who just looking down on people like you holier than thou because you got money or because you one of them brainwashed ass so-called religious fanatics, and we got, man, this world is, that's why I say people are fucked up. I don't give a fuck if you got millions of dollars, nigga, you still gotta die. And when your funky ass is dead, your funky rich ass is dead, you just as dead as the homeless crackhead. Death don't discriminate. Don't give a fuck whether you're a baby or whether you're an old ass person. It don't care. It do not discriminate, rich or poor, black or white. You got to die one day. So until then, while we in this thing called life, because I do think that it's more to what it is, and it's just a lot of mysteries that we just don't know. Maybe those mysteries will be unlocked when it do be our time to come. I don't know. Or maybe it just might be when your ass is dead. Your ass is dead. You just don't exist no more. How about that? Because I ain't never met a motherfucker that died and been dead for the 3 or 4 days and come back. I don't pay attention to them niggas that, yeah, I died on the operating table. I was dead. My heart stopped for like a minute. You know what I'm saying? They was able to bring me back. You know what I'm saying? Technically, your ass ain't dead. Now, if my nephew that's been dead for 2 years, if that nigga come back and tell me, oh, then yeah, all right, I believe that. I'm not gonna go too deep in this because people are getting their feelings, and next thing you know, they mad at me, and which I really don't give a fuck, but I'm not purposely trying to insult or offend anybody. I'm just giving you my viewpoint on life, the way I see life. You know what I'm saying? And that racism shit, that's the stupidest of the stupid, the dumbest of the dumbest, man. For you to dislike a whole group of people, of course, black people got dumbass niggas in it and idiots and fools and killers and rape, just like any other motherfucking race.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Just like any other motherfucking race. No difference. No difference at all. But for you to think that you're better or you're a fucked up individual and you need to give your life, give your heart, give your soul to God. Okay? It's a lot of evil in this world. Be ready for it because the battle is coming. Trust me on that. The battle will be here. And you better be ready and you better be prepped up for this shit. Before I jump off this motherfucker, do any one of y'all got any questions for me? A lot of people have been talking about Glock. Once again, I touched on that earlier. It ain't no big deal to me. Glock been making the same motherfucking guns forever. The only thing I hope that happen is that PSA start making the dagger in 10 millimeter or 40 cal or 45 ACP or something like that. All they got is 9 millimeter. They need to do a clone of the Glock 21, the Glock 20, the Glock 32. They need to do that, and I don't hate on Glock. I love my Glock. The dagger, all the dagger is a fucking Glock. It's a clone, but it's inexpensive. It looks better than the Glock. It's what the Glock should have been stock. You know what I'm saying? It's what the Glock should have been. You know what I'm saying? Stock. Palmetto State Army got a hold to it. I guess whenever they what you call that thing? Damn. Was when you the patent, once when that patent ran out and every other company could make a Glock clone, they made that shit better. Shit, that fucking dagger is better than any motherfucking Glock I ever owned. You hear me? In my opinion. And it shoot good. You know what? That would be dope if Glock did come out with a Glock that's chambered in 5.7. That would be. I can see myself going back to Glock and buying that shit. I can see myself wanting to get the PSA X57 whenever they decide to release the motherfucker. They got that new crank out in 7.62. I'm thinking that the crank should have been 7.62 to begin with, but now they got that out. They got that mixtape gun. They call it the mixtape. That motherfucker looks sweet. That motherfucker is dope. Yeah, you right. I don't give a damn if it's a 22 long rifle. Any gun is better than no gun because that gun is going to give you. Yeah, that gun, having that gun. I always like to paint this scenario. You got a elderly lady. You got a group of savages. Let's say 4 or 5 savages breaking into her home, right? All she's armed with is her phone and a bat, or maybe a knife or some mace, hammer, and they're gonna look at that and they're gonna run towards her, and they're going to, overpower her and disarm her. Okay, it might even whoop her ass or something too, and whatever else that she got coming next because she wasn't armed. Versus this elderly woman having a AR or having some type of handgun. You want a motherfucker when they trying to attack you, you want them to be like, whoa. You want them to be like, you want to have them ducking and dodging. Oh, I don't want to get shot. I don't want to get shot. I don't even want to get shot by a 22. I don't want to get shot by a fucking BB gun. That's the having a gun puts you in that scenario where it gives you that chance, that 50-50 chance of surviving that encounter with those savages. It gives you a fighting chance. If you have zero gun, how the fuck you going to repel the devil? How the fuck are you going to repel these savages that has kicked in your door, coming in to fuck with you? You ain't did nothing to nobody. You mind your business, and you should be able to. Everybody should be able to live their life in peace. But Satan, the devil, ain't having it, and he will send his minions your way. So you want to be able to be able to fight back, shoot back, and have them motherfuckers ducking and dodging until they run they shitty stinking asses back out of your house and take some out if you can. Don't feel bad for them. If they coming in your house armed with guns, that means that they coming in to kill you. And they may not necessarily kill you right away. They may want to rape you. They may want to torture you. They may want to do whatever they sick fantasy tells them to do to you. Because a lot of these motherfuckers, when they break up in your house, they already done fantasize about. Don't think for 1 second that a savage just randomly, oh, they go a house right there. Let me just go up in there. I'm not saying that it cannot happen, but a lot of these motherfuckers watch you. They watch your, they learn your movements. They learn when you go to sleep. That's why most home invasions happen in the middle of the night, because they think they're gonna catch you, sleeping, literally. So they already, in their mind, they already like, damn, man, she fine. This nigga got a fine ass woman. I can't wait to get up in there and get up in her. Oh man, I think we gonna hit these niggas tonight. I'm gonna do this and do that, beat the shit out of her nigga and whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tie my motherfucking belt around her motherfucking neck, and I'm gonna walk her ass like a motherfucking dog, and I'm gonna do it to her, dog. You got motherfuckers that's thinking like that, my nigga. I'm telling you, these niggas, these savages ain't shit. They ain't shit. And they got to be dealt with. And if you don't have a fucking gun to deal with them, they're gonna be bitch walking you too. Hell, after they fuck your woman, they might decide to fuck you. I've seen cases where they have fucked the man just to take away his manhood in front of his wife. And if they survive that ordeal, you tell me, do you think that marriage, do you think that relationship is going to last? It brings me back to my homeboy who had guns, but he had a religious girlfriend who did not like guns because she thought guns were evil and of the devil. And when he decided to move in with her, she was like, I love you, but I hate guns and I don't want guns in my house. Okay? When he told me that shit, I said, nigga, you crazy, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? You better, oh, T, I got to get rid of my guns, man. I really love her, man. She the best woman I ever had in my life. And I love her. I said, nigga, are you crazy? First and foremost, I don't give a fuck whether it's her house or not. You got to play your position, my nigga. You are a man. And whether that woman, you know, you got to break that shit down to her and be like, look, if you love me, I come with baggage. And what's in my bag is a gun that can potentially save us. I don't no, man. She said that if you really, really got the faith and you really, really love God and believe in God, God ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. We covered by the blood of Jesus. You just gotta keep the faith. I said, man, you losing your motherfucking mind. Nigga, at least smuggle a gun up in there and hide the motherfucker. Don't let her know. No, T. You're wrong. You're wrong. I can't lie to her. She has never lied to me, T. I would feel so bad if I lied to her. I'm telling you, T, she is the one. I said, man, you a motherfucking fool if you get rid of your guns. And number one, man, if you in a relationship with a woman and she calling all of the shots, I don't give a fuck if it is her house. I've lived with plenty of women. But guess what? I still wore the fucking pants in that relationship. See, a lot of these women, they may make more money or whatever, and because I don't understand why a woman, because she making more money or the man might be down on his luck and ain't got a job, they think they the fucking man or don't need a man, or if they with a man that makes less than them, they are they consider themselves the breadwinners, which is rightfully so, but they got it in their mind that they are the boss and that they are the ones that wear the fucking pants. Now, I'm not, however, I will say this. In a relationship, everything should be on equal level. My voice shouldn't be louder than her voice. Her voice definitely is not going to be louder than mine, and we got to come together and compromise. But he put himself in a situation where he sacrificed his guns because his old lady didn't approve of it, didn't like it, and he moving up in her shit. Number one, nigga, if you moving up in her house, at some point, that's got to be y'all shit. And you still got to be the man of the house. Okay, because in the event of a home invasion, what the fuck you gonna do? Run to her? And is she gonna be your protector and none of y'all got fucking guns? Anyway, he got rid of his guns. I even offered to keep some of them. That nigga sold all of them. Now, T, I need the money, man. I need the money. I got to help out, help pay these bills and shit. So I'm selling them. I kid you not, man. Not even 2 weeks later. Not even 2 fucking weeks later that nigga moved in. They got hit. Guess what? They got hit by a fucking home invasion. Both of their asses got raped. Both of them. They raped her and they raped him. For my gay people, I love you. Continue to live your life. Continue to be you. Don't give a fuck about what I say or anybody else say. Live your life. Stay true to yourself. It'll be you at the end of the day that have to face God. Don't worry about what nobody else say. Especially the gay people that's out there righteous, that's living their life and ain't fucking with people, ain't robbing nobody, ain't hurting nobody. But then you got some gay motherfuckers that's savages. I call them faggots. So some faggots, is savage, but instead of the S, it's a F. You got your savages and then you got your faggots. So they got hit, they got struck by some faggots or bisexualism or whatever the fuck. They fucked them both. To make a long story short, they both got fucked. And you know what the crazy part is? They ain't even together no more. Because she blamed that man for not being able to protect her. And he pointed the finger at her and blamed her. The reason why I couldn't protect you is because you wouldn't let me bring my gun up in your house. And I told that nigga, I said, you was a motherfucking fool. Number one, you don't never let no woman or anybody else tell you what to do and be the boss up over you. And I'm not saying this to be saying you got to be a boss up under a woman, but a real woman gonna understand the role that a real true man play. And anytime you in a relationship and the woman is bossing you around, calling all of the shots, telling you what to do, got no respect for you, for your manhood whatsoever. And if you say one thing, nigga, get the fuck out. I've been in relationships and living with women only once. And every time we would get into it, get the fuck out. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get my own motherfucking place. And if a woman move, if I let a woman move up in here, if anything, nigga, your ass got to go. You getting the fuck out. You not gonna kick me out. You got to be a man. But see, the world is so corrupt that you got these women nowadays that think they are the man and think they are the, because they might make a little bit more money or make a lot more money. That don't make you no man. You got women be like, nigga, if this nigga ain't making X amount of money or driving this type of car, I won't even look at him. You can't fuck with no bitch like that because that's a materialistic bitch. You got women, you got hoes, and you got bitches. Okay? And, now I'm being judgmental. Now I'm only human. But women, the young women today, man, look at the role models, man. You got the Sexy Reds, the Glowillas, the Cardi B's. And I ain't judging them, but I'm just saying, and you wonder why some women are so fucked up. I remember I had to apologize to a woman, not for something that I did, but for something that the nigga did that was before me. And she was hurt and she was broken and she's been, she's fucked up because she was dealing with an ain't shit ass nigga. And I'm like, how is that fair to me to treat me this way? I'm not the one that did you like that. You feel me? You got to be careful, man. If you with a woman and y'all ain't equally yoked and she ain't giving you the proper respect and she just don't respect your manhood, she don't respect the fact that you are her man, she's not the one. I don't give a fuck how much you love her. I don't give a fuck how good her pussy is, how good her head game is. She's not the one, and it ain't gonna end well. You're gonna be a miserable, tortured motherfucker. I can never be in a relationship with a woman that's calling the shots and treating you like the motherfucking kid. I've seen that shit where a man get in a relationship with a woman and she treating him like she wanna, she treating this nigga like he one of her motherfucking kids. But it falls at the end of the day, if you a simp and you ain't got no motherfucking backbone and you just pussy whipped or whatever reason, maybe you just trying to, use her for a place to stay. I don't know the situation. But even then, nigga, you got to always remember, God put you here. You still a man at the end of the day, no matter what your circumstances, no matter financially how money you got, a car, it don't matter. You still a man. And a real woman gonna respect that. A real woman, okay, nigga, you down on your luck. What can I do to help you come up? What can I do to motivate you, inspire you to elevate, in life? You know what I'm saying? To level up. That's a good woman. You want to cross that type of woman, man, that's like gold. You hear me? That's righteousness right there. But if you with one of them materialistic women, nigga, I got to get my hair did. I got to get my nails did, every week or so. I need that 400-500 to get my hair did and all that. Man, She looking at the dollar sign. You lose that job or you lose that income. Let's see how long she continue to fuck with you. Let's see how long that shit lasts. Cause she gonna dump your ass. She gonna drop your ass like you hot. Like she holding a hot potato or something in her hand. She gonna drop your motherfucking ass and move on to the next nigga that she can get them resources out of. And some of the ones that already got their shit together, that already got money, oh man, them high and mighty motherfuckers that, oh, they ain't gonna even give you, first of all, if you broke, they ain't gonna even give you the time of day. And if you do got money, even though they already got money, they gonna make you spend all your goddamn money because they got the mindset. I'm pretty, I'm sexy, I got big titties, I got a big ass. Oh, I can have any nigga I want. You gonna have to pay for this. What happened to love, man? Love ain't shit. Love ain't paying my bills, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? What about us working on this shit together? I mean, it's complicated, y'all. But I'm telling you, if you ever run into one of them type of women, and especially if they don't like guns, and you move in with them, first of all, moving in, I let me shut the fuck up because I'm not trying to be judgmental because I've been there, I've seen it all, been through it all, you know, and you just got to make sure, man, at the end of the day, that y'all, whoever you decide to be with, that you are equally yoked. But some of these women, a lot of men is in prison right now or dead because they don't got into it. They don't let their women gas them up. You don't let that nigga cut you off, cuss his ass out. Nigga, get your gun and show him we ain't the one to be fucked with. That kind of woman will get your ass killed. She's not for you. You want a woman that's gonna try to calm you down, baby honey. Ignore that fool. You know, don't even get mad. You know, let's keep it pushing. Let's move on. That motherfucker that's running her mouth, a big mouth bitch, a big mouth bitch will get your ass killed because she the one you be wanting to tell her to shut the fuck up. And if she don't shut the fuck up and she continue to argue with a motherfucking savage, calm down, baby, calm down. It's over with. But she want to keep running off at the fucking mouth, and you telling her to be quiet, to shut the fuck up, but she still running your mouth because she don't respect you. She gonna get you killed because the minute that savage cuss her out or slap her or something, you being her man, she looking at you like, nigga, what you gonna do? But she the one that inserted you in it when she should have kept her fucking mouth closed when you told her to shut the fuck up. Shit like that. I forgot to talk about that. I've seen many niggas lose their life because of an ain't shit bitch. Fighting over these ain't shit bitches, fighting over these hoes that ain't no good. Soon as you get locked up, they fucking the next nigga. Soon as you get killed, guess what? They fucking the next nigga. To be a man, you got to see through that shit and have a strong mind. Stop dealing with these ain't shit bitches, man. Most women nowadays got agendas, man. It ain't about let's build together. They want you to already have a fucking mansion. They want you to already have a fucking high-end, car, make X amount of money and all that shit, man. Materialism, man. That's why the world is so fucked up right now. People don't forget about God. It's all about money, wealth, materialism. Ain't nothing wrong with that if you doing it the righteous way. But nowadays, people will do any and every motherfucking thing to get to that shit, man. Sell out, sell their soul, turn against God. And you wonder why we living in such a wicked, corrupt world. Make it make sense. Make that shit make sense. And I'm about to flip the script. There's a lot of niggas out there, man, so-called man, ain't shit. It's a lot of men want to throw their money around. Look what I'm doing for you and all that and shit. You got to do this X, Y, and Z. It cuts across both fucking ways. It's a lot of ain't shit niggas out there, man, out there. Beat no women. This is why I say you cannot get caught up in all this worldly shit because it's just a distraction from your peace, from your path to glory. All glory be to God. Fuck religion, man. Religion ain't got the way it is now. Y'all saw how that preacher chastised that woman, that poor woman. That's probably all the money that she had. And he chastised her. He said, no, I asked for $2,000. You only brought me $1,200. Matter of fact, let me play that video again, man. I couldn't believe that shit when I saw that shit. I said, man, I said, preacher, I said, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And they brainwashing people, you know, what she should have been saying, what they need to be telling people is to go out there and get armed against Satan. But you ain't gonna hear all that. It's just like when you got a black person that's gonna be unalive, killed by the police. And that's because they don't did something that escalated to that point to where they black ass don't got killed, right? But you would get all these race hustlers on there, you know, oh man, you know, defund the police ain't shit and all that motherfucker that. And they may be right. It was an ain't shit cop that done that shit. But what they need to really be out there saying is don't hold court in the street. You're not gonna win. Because the police, they're gonna ask you, they're gonna tell you, and then they're gonna make you. And doing that, making you, they will take your motherfucking life. Like I said, anytime when you have an encounter with law enforcement, two things are on the line: your freedom and your life. So don't be a fucking asshole and try to fight against them. They be taking off, running from them, and trying to fight them back and all. Yes, it is some assholes out there, but handling that shit yourself. Like, if they really gave a fuck about the George Floyds and the Sandra Blands, and they don't want that to happen to another person, especially a black person, because that's the only time that they give a fuck about a nigga being killed is when it's by the police or a white person. That's the only gift. We can kill each other all motherfucking day. And ain't nobody gonna say not two motherfucking words about that shit. They ain't gonna give a goddamn. But as soon as it's a white person that do it, or a cop, and especially a white cop, niggas want to go crazy. Niggas lose their fucking mind. They need to act the same way and give the same energy off when we do it to each other. It should be even worse when we do it to each other. But this preacher right here, y'all see that bullshit? You hear all that church music and playing in the background. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. These preachers, man, boy, oh boy, they be doing some hell of a pimping. They doing some hell of a pimping. They got a lot of people brainwashed. Now, y'all tell me the difference. How's that different from how's that any different from a pimp being out there on the street pimping a hoe? It's just that this preacher, he pimping them through the Bible. He pimping them. They taking advantage of people, manipulating people, and got people brainwashed. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. What they need to be preaching is get out there and get armed against Satan and these savages. That's what they need to be preaching. But you will never hear a preacher really say that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying all preachers are like that, but I'm saying these motherfuckers in these big ass super mega churches, and they arriving in limousines and shit. And man, that's just like, man, that ain't got shit to do with God, man. We living in a materialistic world right now. We living in a materialistic world. You know what I'm saying? We living in a materialistic world. Did somebody just say something disrespectful because they said the message was deleted? Mods, thank you. If that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? We living in a materialistic world right now. You know, and anything goes, man. But what I need y'all to do, I need you to pay attention to what's going on in the world right now. Pay attention to the people that's around you. Everybody is not your friend. Everybody don't have your best interests at heart. You know what I'm saying? If that means being selfish, then so be it. I'd rather be selfish than to be going crazy because I'm dealing with other people that's bringing their problems on me, and you know, you got to cut it off. Anything negative, anything that you can't gain from, anything that's not benefiting you spiritually, cut it off. Because if it ain't of God, it's of the devil. And they just trying to steal your joy. The devil's trying to steal your joy, steal your peace. Live your life while you have it. Because we don't know how much time we got here. So enjoy it while you can. And live it to its fullest. Be the best version of yourself that you can. And that means that you got to protect it. Stay armed. I appreciate all 40 of y'all that's up in here. I'm going to soon be contacting Von Scales. And we're going to do a podcast about prepping. And for those who don't know who Von, VON, Scales, SCALES, or I don't know if it's an E at the end of it. He's, he hate when I call him a celebrity, but man, I've seen him, the brother on TV. He's married to Trina Braxton, which is the sister of Tony Braxton, Tamar Braxton, Tawanda Braxton, the Braxton family. They got their own reality show. I think it coming on. I think it comes on tonight, the 3rd episode of season 2 of the Braxtons. So he reached out to me through Instagram. You just never know who watching your shit. You know what I'm saying? So he wants to do an interview. I was shy. I said, "You want to come on my? I ain't one of them big ass million subscriber channels." He don't give a fuck about that. He one of the most coolest, down to earth brothers that you can ever meet. He's cool. They got a cooking show. Trina got a cooking show. Y'all go and check out Trina Braxton's cooking show on YouTube. They got a man. She be making some bomb ass food on there, and Vine be in the background helping her out and shit. You know what I'm saying? Go check out they cooking channel on YouTube. But he will soon be on this channel. He been wanting to come on, but I'm like, you know what? Man, I ain't ready yet. Somebody as big as you, I want the channel, I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. But it's gonna happen. And I appreciate every single one of y'all for tuning in tonight, man. The devil was out there, and I hope today is not the day that you meet him. I hope today is not the day that you cross paths with the devil, because it's not going to be a good day for you. And if that day do happen, and when that day happens, you need to be properly prepared. Don't fall for his tricks. Don't don't let yourself get entangled in some type of hostile dispute or encounter. Keep it moving, man. If somebody come for you, hey man, if I did something to piss you off, my bad, I apologize. Keep it moving. Be the bigger person and walk back out of that situation with your life and with your freedom, and you walking back into your loved ones' lives. Don't be no idiot and be trying to match that savage's energy, because it's not going to end well. You may lose your life or lose your freedom behind that shit. The devil is very tricky, and he will come at you in all forms. He will disguise himself and have you fooled thinking that's your best friend. Like my nephew, his so-called best friend invited his killer to his sister's birthday party. The devil is tricky. Okay? I'm about to get back to this awesome music that I've been creating. And don't worry. I really want to thank the ones who left comments under when I did the music. One, I'm sorry, brother, I forget your name. Was it Lucky Seven? But he was like, one of them songs that I played touched his soul. Well, brother, you will be able to purchase that very soon or stream it. You ain't got to buy it, you can stream it. It will be out very soon. I'm just putting it together. Every time when I got a configuration, I make something that sound even better because I want the best. And Gun Freak Nation, I want you to be proud because you deserve the best. But on this note, I'm about to jump off, jump on this computer, make some. Hell, I might go live making some more beats. I don't know, but I can't give a fuck. Oh, don't nobody want. Well, don't fucking watch it then. It's just that simple. I'm tired of living up to the image or to the picture that people have painted of me. I can't be that person no more. I have to be me. I have to be authentic. I have to stop worrying about, trying to live up to the picture that they painted. I can't do that. I got life that I got to live, and I don't know how much time I got. You don't know how much time you got. So be yourself. Stay true to yourself. No matter what you may think people may disapprove of what you do or whatever, man. If it makes you happy and you ain't out there harming yourself, you not bothering nobody else, you ain't harming nobody else, fuck them. They day when they got to stand before the Lord gonna come just like yours. So continue to live your life. I love y'all, man. Don't ever for 1 second think that I don't or don't appreciate y'all. I got 40 people at one point in this chat. Y'all tuned in for a reason, and I appreciate it. Y'all could have been anywhere doing whatever, but you watching my crazy ass, and I appreciate that. And I've been getting a lot of my Latino brothers up in here, man. You know I got love for y'all. Don't make me bring up Maria. Don't make me bring her ass up, all right? But I love y'all. I'm about to, make some beats and then have my AI. We mix them, and I'm getting it together. And shit, I appreciate y'all. You feel me? It's all love. It's all good. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Gun Freak Music coming soon. And it's only bigger and better and greater things is going to come because that's what God wants for each and every one of y'all, including me. So don't let that devil catch you slipping and have you up out of here. Stay armed, get armed, and be ready. Be the righteous, God-fearing warriors that you were born to be. Don't let nobody get under your skin. Don't let nobody trigger you and make you angry to the point to where you ain't even thinking rational. Because that's how that shit happened. You could be so fucking mad. When you are mad and angry, you ain't thinking right. You ain't thinking straight. You're thinking irrational. Don't even let it get to that point. When somebody pisses you off, you know what you do? You smile and walk away. Smile or grin and walk the fuck away. But if that motherfucker hell bent on, you know, talking shit and trying to bring harm your way, you already, I ain't got to tell you what to do. You already know what to do. If that motherfucker going for a gun, at that point, it's up to you to be like, damn, is he going to shoot me? Or am I going to, you know, take that chance to see if he going to shoot me, or I'm going to get him before he get me? You know? Shit can go down in seconds. Seconds. I remember when I used to walk around with my gun and I didn't have nothing in the chamber because I was nervous. I was like, what if this motherfucker go off? You know, having a gun that got one in the head and you got it by your dick, you know, because I don't carry my shit in the back of me or on my side. I do it right, you know, in the front. I can reach for it faster. And I'm gonna go this far. You need to do that shit. Keep one in the head because seconds matter, especially if somebody pulling a gun. You may not have time to rack your shit back to put one in the head. But I'm telling you now, from my own personal experience, take your time. Don't listen to what I say or anybody else say. Oh, you got to have that motherfucking head. No. Because if you're not ready, you are going to make a mistake and hurt somebody, or even more, hurt yourself. So you have to do it when you are mentally ready. It took me time. And part of that time came from me being an armed security guard at CVS. Initially, I started off with not one in the head, but then I got to thinking, what if somebody just come in blasting and they know that all CVS's here in Detroit, at least, are armed? So I'm going to be the number one target. I may not have the benefit of having time, the benefit of time to rack that shit back. Sometimes you got to pull it and it got to be, you know, locked and loaded and ready, hot and ready, like Little Caesar's Pizza. But if you weary about it, I'm not going to judge you because it took me some time. It took me a long time to be comfortable having one in the head because I know if something happened, I've seen shit on the news when people wasn't properly ready and they trying to unholster their gun and they shoot themselves in the leg and it hit that main artery in their thigh and they die. I've seen many of cases, even cops do that shit. I said, hell no, fuck that shit. Then I got to the point to where, okay, I'm not gonna keep one in the head, but if I see somebody coming up on me, if I see something that could potentially go left, I'm gonna put one in the head, just in case. And I used that technique for years. Because if you being savage ready and you got your head on the swivel, you can see, you will be able to see some motherfuckers approaching you or can, okay, you got the wisdom to see some shit might go down. Rack one in there just in case it do go down and you ready. You ain't, you know, because you may find yourself in a situation where you ain't got time to be racking shit back, especially if they already got one in the fucking head. But it takes time. So don't never let anybody pressure you into something you are currently uncomfortable doing, because listening to that person can get you killed. You can end up killing yourself or killing somebody innocent. So you have to do it at your own pace. That's one thing I don't like. You got other channels, other people. Put one in the head. They don't give a fuck about your insecurities, or you may not be confident enough to do that. Don't listen to everybody because You cannot expect a you in you. It's awesome to have that confidence, to have one already in the head, but do it when you are ready to do it. Fuck everybody else that say, now, nigga, you need to do that right away. No. Listen to a person like that, just judgmental like that. Oh man, if you ain't got one in the head, you dead. And they can be right about that shit. But if you don't know what the fuck you doing and you uncomfortable carrying it like that, you can end up dead at the result of your own actions. So fuck what everybody else say. It ain't about them. This is your life. This is your life. So do it when you are ready. I'm gonna leave it at that. Do it when you are ready and comfortable enough doing it. I'm out of here, Gun Freak Nation. Listen, y'all stay armed, stay responsible with your firearms, stay righteous, and get ready, man, because it's about to get ugly. We headed towards some rough days. It's about to get rough out here. It's already bad out here, but it's about to get worse, especially if people don't get their food stamps. It's going to be a lot of hungry people. And hungry people are desperate people. And desperate people do desperate things. So be ready. Okay? We righteous people living in a wicked world. At this point, the world is wicked. We living in a materialistic, wicked world. And it's all about money. It's all about power. And people don't give a fuck about you. So give a fuck about yourself. And get armed and stay armed. Gun Freak Nation salute. I should play one of my fucking songs. The Gun Freak National Anthem. And that motherfucking Funky Town Express, that ain't nobody but Bruno Mars, man. I love y'all, Gun Freak Nation. I hope this video or this live made a difference in your viewpoint, in the way that you think. I hope it find you with peace today in a world surrounded by savages, confusion, misunderstandings, savages, evil. That's what's thriving in our society right now. We got to navigate our righteous selves through that bullshit, man. The devil is tricky. Keep your head on that motherfucking swivel and have that Funky Town Center on the ready. And if you one of them people that's uncomfortable keeping it in, not keeping one in the head, it's all right. One day you will be able to do that with confidence. But if you can see some shit getting ready to pop off, if you see somebody that's walking up on you that shouldn't be walking up on you, you better whack one of them motherfuckers, Funky Town seeds. You better put one in the head. I love y'all, man. Peace, love. Gun Freak Nation salute, baby.